As pro-Palestinian and anti-war protests spread to college campuses across the country, there was one phrase that kept popping up.
Outside agitators.
Outside agitators.
Those outside agitators.
Them as outside agitators.
Outside agitators.
Outside agitators.
Outside agitators.
Paid outside agitators.
Outside agitators.
In recent days, university administrators, law enforcement officials, politicians have all trotted out that familiar trope, the so-called outside agitator, accusing professional organizers or nefarious foreign actors of hijacking student-led protests and encouraging its participants to adopt more aggressive and violent tactics. Just yesterday, a bipartisan duo consisting of Congressman Republican Mike Lawler and Democrat Josh Gottheimer called on the FBI to investigate those supposed shadowy figures. A similar sentiment was shared online by the NYPD chief of patrol, who accused a, quote, unknown entity of radicalizing our vulnerable students and taking advantage of their young minds. He urged his federal partners to, quote, follow the money. Now, we should be clear here. Some of the hundreds of people arrested at campuses across the country over the last few weeks have not been students, including at Columbia University, where city officials say 29% of those arrested last week had no connection to the school. But as the New York Times reports, there's little evidence that those so-called outsiders had any role in organizing or escalating the protests. In fact, many were arrested without ever having set foot on campus. And according to a review of police documents, only a small handful of the nearly 36 arrestees lacked ties to the university had also participated in other protests around the country. Quite a blow to this professional protester narrative that is being pushed around by law enforcement. The Times examination also revealed that far more of the unaffiliated protesters had no such histories. Instead, those demonstrators said they arrived at Columbia in response to social media posts or word-of-mouth invites. And that includes Matthew Cavaletto, a 52-year-old computer programmer who's lived within a half a mile of Columbia University for most of his life. Cavaletto was arrested on the street outside the school after he stood in the middle of the intersection and refused to budge. The native New Yorker dismissed the notion that nefarious outside actors were pulling the strings, describing his fellow non-student protesters to the Times as, quote, members of the community, folks from the city, folks from our neighborhood, not some kind of foreign element that had snuck in to sap our city's vitality. One Barnard College student explained to NBC News why she thought officials were pushing this outsiders trope. Quote, I really struggle a lot with the whole narrative of outside agitators because I see it as a means through which to justify violence and to claim that because individuals are not students, they are deserving of police brutality. Blaming unnamed outside actors also accomplishes another goal, distraction. Distracting from the protesters' primary aim, which is to bring attention to the war in Gaza. We should call out this boogeyman narrative for what it really is, an effort to discredit, delegitimize, and marginalize an entire movement. And honestly, it isn't anything new in this country. This same outside agitator trope was frequently evoked during the civil rights movement, used to imply that protesters were driven by the sinister agendas of unknown shadowy figures, as opposed to being motivated by their own personal beliefs and concerns. Even civil rights giant Martin Luther King Jr. was labeled as an outside agitator since he was often called in to assist with demonstrations across the South. Not only did King reject that label, he also rejected the very idea of outside agitators. As he famously wrote in a letter from a Birmingham jail, quote, we are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Never again can we afford to live with the narrow provincial outside agitator idea. Anyone who lives inside the United States can never be considered an outsider anywhere within its bounds.